Everybody, it's Inger from Tarot Wikipedia, and I'm going to give you guys a free tarot webinar. I said I was going to be in Mini Waters this time, and I'm actually in a place called Wooli, which is close to Mini Waters. Mini Waters was too windy. I just want you guys to have a look where I am. So I'm in a little lagoon area, or it's just a sheltered area, because on the beach, it's like on the main beach, it was just too windy. But it's beautiful here, and I'm really very excited to be here. So I got my tablets, I got your questions, and I won't be able to do all of them here, but so second half of this webinar will be filmed at home. And I thought I'd get started with a synchronicity reading this time, because I haven't done them for a while, and synchronicity readings are for everyone that's watching. And when you get your synchronicity reading, it's a perfect time for you when you're getting it. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck a bit. And also I'm going to explain why I'm getting what I'm getting, so you guys get to learn as well. And I'm asking to get the perfect cards for the people that are going to be watching this webinar. And even if you're watching this webinar a year later or 2 years later, it doesn't matter, because you'll see it when it's perfect time for you to see it. So, I got 8 of Wands, Temperance, and 6 of Wands. So, basically what 3 cards like that can tell you, first of all, it tells you to start moving, doing something. Doing something is better than doing nothing. Even if you don't know what to do, you can start taking some steps and go outside of your comfort zone a little bit, because your answer is not in what you're doing currently. Not all of your answers aren't. So if you're seeking something new, if you're repeating the same thing, then you're not going to find what it is that will, make you really passionate. And also, even if you are in a perfect sort of setup where you're living your dream and everything is amazing, this card still means to go a bit outside of your comfort zone, because there's people and events and situations that are not currently in what you're doing. So you need to step outside and seek out somewhere where you normally wouldn't be, because there's something there for you that will help you create your own heaven on earth. This card is heaven on earth. This is for basically creating your own heaven here on earth and living a life that is of complete harmony and bliss to you. And also they're saying that when you live your life that way, you live your true nature. That is basically you proving to yourself that you made something out of your life and you made yourself happy. That's the most important thing. It's making yourself completely fulfilled and happy. And you can only really do that when you're really honest with yourself and your spirit. And this is why there's so much spirit energy in this reading. Wands is spirit. As your spirit will be, your spirit is always telling you the truth. When there's a lot of spirit, this means there's a lot of passion, meaning that you want to do a lot of things, because you're here for a reason. And that reason can change as well a little bit, or it can adjust itself. So maybe now it's time for you to go outside your comfort zone, seek out new places and events that are totally different from what you're currently doing, but that will be enhancing what you already have. It will enhance you. And it doesn't mean you have to give up everything that you're doing. It just means that you have to add something to it that will enhance what you're doing. And for some people, they might have to actually have a complete lifestyle change as well. It will give you a lot of confidence. And no one can stop you, they're saying. And also, the bottom card was Ace of Pentacles. And I think that's a reminder that sometimes people stop themselves because they think it's going to cost them financially if they make changes. And they live very limited lives, in the sense that they're afraid that something's going to hurt them financially. And going outside the comfort zone, they believe in some way it might hurt them financially and it might hurt them physically. And they just feel unsafe. But they're saying, when you ask your spiritual team to help you, ask your guides, your angels, the creator of all that is, to show you the way before you, so you actually support it. Then you'll be safe as well. Okay? So you're doing everything you're doing with safety. And it will also be financial rewards attached to it. Because when we live more of our purpose, we're also being rewarded accordingly. So, and your health will always improve when you live a very truthful life, because there's less stress then. There's less stress in your life and you are happier. And joy and happiness is the best thing you can have for your health. The worst thing you can do for your health is to live someone else's life. You know, that's when we feel unhappy, and that takes a toll on our health. Takes a toll on your well-being straight away. Okay, let's get started with some questions. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with Elaine. You wanted a general reading, you're feeling a bit stuck. And you know, when people feel stuck, and you know, I love your questions because a lot of people are going through similar things. So, Elaine, when you feel stuck, again, it's your spirit telling you there's something else out there for you, there's more for you to have. So that's when we start feeling stuck, because we feel like we want this, whatever it is, but we're not really sure where it is. So I want to lay out the Celtic cross, and I want to see what the arrows are telling me, because the arrows is card combination in a specific way that basically will tell you, it will give you the card groups, and then the card groups, I'll add the card meanings on top. So it just makes it a bit easier then, and I can also see where you're at currently. So Queen of Pentacles, that's the bottom card, and that tells me that you're a very nurturing person. And sometimes for people that are very nurturing, they care a lot about others, and that can also help. Sometimes that can actually keep you a bit stuck as well, because you are very considerate of other people. So your actions, how it will affect others. You might be overly concerned how your actions might affect someone else that needs you. So they're saying, at the moment they're showing me the work as a bit of a, they're showing me the Three of Pentacles in the sort of obstacle position. That can mean that it's something at work that is kind of, the people at work maybe, that is kind of dragging you down a little bit. And they're actually saying that you might have to have a bit of a change in the people that you're around. And I straight away felt like you're someone who could actually have your own business. And this is kind of actually confirmed in the cards as well, because I got the Empress as the final outcome card, and the Empress card is someone who creates a lot of beauty, creates a lot of abundance, and that means you have the ability to create this beauty and abundance for yourself, and also means that you're very smart. The Empress gets a lot of credit for being beautiful, sensual, but she is incredibly intelligent, super intelligent, and she is fantastic with business. And for your advice, I got Death card, which can mean that you need to have an ending at work. There needs to be an ending in so it doesn't mean that you're going to, cancel your job tomorrow, but the way the work is affecting you currently is actually holding you back. So the way you're going about earning your money has to change, because it is actually kind of dragging you down, and it's not the optimum, they're saying. Even if you love the people that you're around, and this is sometimes the hardest part, sometimes the people that are around us are great and we feel responsible for them, but that doesn't mean that we can't grow and move on. But it's harder to move on from people that we care about, and that could be the problem. It could be that you actually care about them too much almost. This is the future influence, 10 of Swords, and that can mean that you're just going to basically realize how it has all come to an end, and you just need to move on from it, because it's going to become, I call it when it's what is it, comfortably uncomfortable. It's like we're comfortable, but we're uncomfortable being comfortable, because we know that there's more for us. Now there is someone around you that has a lot of great ideas and has a lot of drive and wants to achieve, and this could be someone who's very close to you, very, very close to you. And this person will support you, I feel like will push you a little bit as well. So ask the creator, I work with the creator of all that is, to make the transition as easy as possible. And for people that are already in business, you are listening to this and they feel stuck in their business, they're thinking, well, I am a business owner. What am I supposed to do? I'm stuck as well. Well, even then, there's always another way of doing things that can bring you more abundance. This is about being abundant, being in the flow, creating beauty, enjoying it as well, enjoying the abundance. You know, it's always about, you know, let's say you created everything for yourself and everything's perfect. What then? Well, you have to be able to enjoy it as well. So, Elaine, if you are, I just feel like you're someone who's very talented in business. You have a very good head on your shoulders. And, you know, I think that you'd find that all very satisfying because then you can always expand on that. They're also saying that you need to be someone where you can use your brain. You know, you need to be able to use your brain, you need to be able to problem solve and figure things out. And at the moment, the people that share that sort of enthusiasm are not really there when it comes to what you're doing for yourself with building up a career, for example, which I feel like this is about your career. I feel like you're someone who's meant to have a great family, great career, you're meant to have success on many levels. So, because of that, you need the right people around you. And even though you care a lot about the people that are around you at the moment, they just need you to, there's more enthusiasm that needs to come through with the people. So you can start manifesting the right people in. So with manifesting is simple. As soon as we know that we're worthy and deserving, we can have it. You write down what you want in the people that you're around. Enthusiastic, that they want to learn, that they're clever, that they're smart, creative. Ask those people to come in. Be in that energy. It's so much easier then, because you're very talented. And then, you know, when we're younger and we're born with all of our gifts and we've quite a, you know, we wake up to those gifts, we aware that they're there, and then we start compromising as we get older. We compromise and we compromise and we compromise. So they're basically saying back to who you are, basically deep down in your subconscious, when you are born with gifts and talents that are there, ready, and they want to be used in some way, they want to create stuff. And I feel like you're good in sales as well. They're saying you can do really well in sales. And it's like having that hunger, having the drive to succeed and having success. It will keep you always feeling that you're on top of it, that you're achieving, and that will make you feel really, really happy that you can create all this for yourself and for your family as well. So that is what I feel like you're going to be doing. Yes. Now let's have a look at the next question. The next question is from Tanya, but before I get on to that, the tide is coming in, so I don't know how much longer I can sit here. Still get one more question in, I'm pretty sure. Tanya, what do I have to look forward to in the next 3 months? Well, let's have a look. So I put a time, when you put a time limit on the card will answer you within a time frame. Now there's one more thing I wanted to say. When you're reading for people that are going through something that is like a problem or they have an issue, but they're not asking about that, they're asking about something else. The issue and the problem normally will show up in the cards to be cleared. So I did a reading for a lady and all I could see was being spied on, she was asking for career. And I got like she's being spied on, the government. Not to make anyone paranoid, but basically someone that she was close to actually was being investigated by the government for some tax fraud or something like that. And then it was really affecting her, but she wasn't asking about that. But the cards was just wanted to talk about that because obviously it was something that was playing on her mind, and it interfered with her making a decision actually in another area of her life because she was very stressed about it. So when you're asking the cards and it's telling you about, it gives you about really worrying cards or something that hasn't really got exactly to do with what you're asking, then it's because you need to clear something that you're stressed and worried about first, just to get it out of your head sort of, so you can focus more on other things. So I'm just saying that, Tanya, just in case something comes up that needs to be cleared, but I'll say that as well. But it's for everybody who's doing readings, just so you're aware that the cards will always do that, just to help you, basically, help you have more happiness. So I'm asking what you have to look forward to in the next 3 months. Or, well, it's showing me straight away with a celebration. So it's going to be a celebration, okay? And it's showing up straight, so that's Three of Cups in the bottom. And the first card is Four of Wands. So Three of Cups with Four of Wands, you know, it talks about a very happy event that you're celebrating. And it could be a romantic event, like a wedding or an engagement, because Two of Cups came second. I'm just gonna lay out all the cards. So basically the cards are saying that the moment you might feel like you're a bit in the dark with how things are happening and occurring, and they're just saying basically that you're getting a lot of the force showing up, and the force are always talking about your commitments. It's about a commitment that being created, and with the commitments we always look for if you're ready for, basically you're ready to expand on that. And they're saying you're going to create a whole new sort of lifestyle for yourself, a new routine, a new lifestyle, and that's what's being created at the moment. So with that, you're not actually seeing everything that's being presented to you. You're not actually seeing it, but there's more available to you than what you currently are seeing. So they're just asking you to not jump to any conclusions at this stage, because they're saying they don't want you to miss out on anything that could be really awesome for you. And I feel like, you know, if people are, you know, people might come across a certain way, they're saying, and it's easy to misunderstand them at the moment, they're saying. Just because things are changing and everything is sort of changing in your routine. But they're saying basically that there's someone also who wants to get more of your attention, and you might not be aware of that either. So, because you're focusing on something else. So they're saying that there is a celebration coming up, there is an event that's really important, and they're saying there's another side to your life that also needs your attention. And it's like, it might not be as exciting, but it's also very important. So they're saying to just pay more attention to all of it, they're saying. Pay more attention to all of it. Because life has a lot to offer you currently, and it's about creating a very strong foundation for yourself. There's going to be a lot more abundance in your life, they're saying. And I also feel like you've been spending a lot of time on your own as well, and it's like breaking sort of that, I guess, a bit of the routine of spending a lot of time on your own and figuring things out on your own, and being the one that's supporting but not always getting the support. They're saying that is currently changing. Someone wants to help you, but I feel like you might not even know that person is available to you. In that extent anyway. But someone is coming into your life. I feel like there's a new energy around this person, and that person has a lot of sort of very strong-minded person. This is someone who will take care of things and help you with things. Basically, if you feel like life is a bit busy and to the point where you just feel like you just want to be able to enjoy life more and do the creative things and do, you know, create things, make things, come up with ideas, then there's going to be more room for that, they're saying. However, at the moment, there's people and events taking place where you be part of it, they're saying. And they're also saying that with the moon card, because I got the moon card in the sort of advice position, the moon card basically means that when we are in, especially when it comes in connection with parties and events and things like that, just take extra care, because, you know, some people can be trusted and some people cannot, and they're just saying it's a bit hard to know who you can trust. So they're just saying to just use your common sense around this. I feel like there's new people as well coming into your life, they're saying. So I'm also another 3 cards just to see if I can get any more information. There's new people coming in, 6 of Swords, a lot of happiness a lot of happiness in your personal relationship, they're saying. And I also feel like it's happiness with younger people, like younger people, family, like the younger members of the family. There's a lot of happiness and a lot of care around them. And I feel like there's just a lot of happiness, basically, they're saying. And I feel like you are very protective of the people you care about. And now also they're saying the magician here, that's you creating. As I said, you need to create, you need to always be creating. So they're creating, your spiritual team are, your spiritual team, your guides, your angels, they're creating room and space for you to create. And social events and things like that, that can actually be a source of inspiration for you at the moment. But just be careful when it comes to just new people coming in through those social events, they're saying. Because you need the room and space to create. And I feel like your family and your friends are very important to you, and they need you. They need you in the sense that they enjoy you, they enjoy your company. And sometimes people, I feel like, are wanting your attention, and it's not obvious to you always that they are, because they might not say it directly, but it's more like hinting, and then they're saying you might miss some signs. They're saying. So focus on the people that you love, that you care about, and be cautious with people with hidden agendas, they're saying. Yes. Let's have a look how this tide is going. So I just asked again, Tanya, I just did a tune in on here. There's some big weird flies and bugs flying around here. If there was any more information that they could give me. They're saying that you are definitely gonna, you're on the right track to expand, and there's also expansion in your, I feel like in your routine, in your living situation, and also personal relationship. It's all on the right track, okay? So I guess what they're saying with the whole be careful thing, it's not to create fear, it's more just a safeguard, okay? Safeguard what's sacred, kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Okay, the next question is Alina. Am I on the right way to start my own business? Now I can feel the excitement around you, okay? You have a lot of excitement around this, so that tells me you're on the right track, because it's exciting to you. Let's have a look. I'll do the Celtic cross. Now have a look what's showing up. A lot of swords are showing up, and swords are showing up and being intellectually stimulated, but also a bit challenged as well. And it's always important to have all the facts, basically, they're saying. So having a look at if you have been getting good advice, and I feel like you will be getting good advice, but I'm not sure if you already have, because there is someone here, and it shows up as a magician here in sort of in the block position. That can sometimes see that someone has not told you completely everything that you need to know. And and then the advice position, you got 8 of Swords, which can mean wait, just wait. Doesn't mean not do it, just means wait. 2 of Swords means, again, you just need to get more information. Now the bottom card was 5 of Swords. That can mean that there's just some important information that you need to know so you can make the right decision. Or I feel like there's going to be competition there that's going to be ruthless, and you're just going to be finding it very difficult. So just to safeguard your business and everything that you're doing, they just say to just get some expert advice, some legal advice, I feel, before you proceed, just to make sure that no one can come and just be ruthless in business and wipe you out, basically, they're saying. Only because I feel like, yeah, there's There's business, you know, in business you have to be extremely careful as well, but with yours, because I got 5 of swords there, it almost means that someone has given you some advice, or you received some advice, and it was so that it make it harder for you, so it'd be easier then. Which again tells me that you actually have a great business plan idea, and they look at you as a real threat. So, but then it's always good then to get a second opinion. And you will, because you got ace of swords showed up, and that is your good advice coming. But you just need to seek out someone that you can trust, someone who's impartial, who will look at what you're doing and give you everything that you need. And also when it comes to signing stuff as well, that you know exactly what it is that you're getting into when it comes to the legal side of things. I also feel like you need someone who, I guess, has all the knowledge that you need to, so that it will help you progress. Because if not, it would just be hard to progress part would be delayed, and then, you know, you'd struggle in the beginning part of it, they're saying. And I want to do is while I'm here, before I get swept away, the tide is coming. It's it is from Cleat, but the numbers, so you see 777, 222, and you see 666. So those numbers are repeating themselves to give you, it's basically just your guides and angels saying that, you know, it's a synchronicity basically, and when you see them, it's a message. So, for example, when my baby parrot, he wasn't a baby, but he was my baby, parrot Jupiter passed away, I kept seeing 444. So that's always a sign from him when I see 444. Now, 777, that's a spiritual number. It's about communication. It's about using your intuition to communicate spiritually with everything. So you can communicate with everything around you. You know, we communicate with our words and our body language and tone of voice and everything, but it's like an emotional connection as well. So it's telling you to just, obviously with boundaries, but to have an open heart, and which I know you have. And I guess it's also a confirmation that they're saying they know you do have an open heart. You do communicate through your heart, and they're just telling you that. And the 222 is, I feel like, that is your emotional. It is you being ready actually for a relationship. Sevens with 2, I feel always is about a spiritual relationship. So it's physical, but it also has a strong sense of spirituality and destiny. So I feel like with soul, it's a soulmate. It's a pull towards soulmate. It's a pull towards finding those a very beautiful spiritual relationship, and I feel like that's coming. 666 is not the devil's number when you see it when you're doing numerology. It basically just means that it is creating a really powerful, loving home and family for yourself. Somewhere where you can call, this is my home, this is where I belong, this is me, basically. This is my haven, this is my place, you know. It's just telling you to create a relationship is coming, I feel, for you, and you will create a new home for yourself. So they're just telling you that you're on track with that. That's what they're saying. Now I'm going to do the rest of the reading at home, but I'm going to enjoy also the rest of the day on the beach. Yippee! I'll let you guys see. Oh, I love Australia. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Bye, everybody. Hi, let's get started with the second half of the webinar. I want to get straight into your questions. So whatever I'm explaining, because I explain why I'm getting what I'm getting. You know, if there's any synchronicity that's explained, or a technique, or, you know, a specific number combination that's explained, then, or card combination, then, you know, take notice, because when that shows up in your reading, it will help you, you know, actually help you interpret your own tarot reading. So card combinations can always be a bit tricky. However, there is a system you can use, and I'll explain it as I'm going. Basically, you read the groups before you read the individual card meanings. It makes it a lot easier. So I want to get started with a soulmate reading. So this is someone who's already done the cards and just basically wrote the cards down and asked me, what does it mean? So this is second soulmate spread. So if you were on tarot spreads and layout, this would be the second tarot spread. And in position 1, so this is for you, Anar. Card 1, how can I best attract a soulmate? You got 7 of Pentacles. 2, what is blocking me and how do I overcome it? 8 of Pentacles. Card 3, how will I recognize my soulmate? 7 of Cups. 4, who is my soulmate? The Chariot. Card 5, how will we meet? 10 of Cups. Card 6, when will we meet? You got Ace of Pentacles. Card 7, destiny of relationship, is you got King of Cups. So if you can, as you see, there's Cups and Pentacles in this reading. And there's one major arcana card, and that's a water element as well. And Cups is water. So this is all about earth and water, and earth and water is naturally matched actually in elements, because you know, if you water the earth, things can grow. So it means it's going to be a very abundant relationship, as you said. You also wrote that here. You wrote, I see emotional and financial fulfillment. I can also feel it. The thing that I notice is all the 7s showing up. So you have 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the Chariot is a 7 as well in numerology. So with all the 7s, that's always about our spirituality, it's about our faith. So when you are ready, you will pray to meet this person. And also they're showing me, because I laid out the cards as well, and they're showing me your soulmate as a high priestess. So your soulmate will be able to connect with you through feelings, thoughts, almost telepathically. This is a huge bond. So when there's 3 7s showing up, it's always about a very deep spiritual connection between you. And you'll be able to recognize this person straight away. And basically love at first sight, I feel. I also feel like, you know, what the best thing you can do to meet this person. You got 7 of Pentacles. So that is putting a lot of effort into your career, your work. Because it's going to be a renewal in career. And I also feel like your career will take you somewhere else. So I feel like you're going to be possibly moving. It seems to be a connection to another place. And I feel like that's where you'll want to meet your soulmate. And I do feel also that you'll meet through people, but not necessarily family, because 10 of Cups, that's a spiritual, very spiritual card. So it's like soul family. So there's someone that you're going to be very close to, that's your soul family, that will also connect, I feel like will connect you with your soulmate. I feel like it's a female. And they're also saying with the 10 of Cups, that's like, you know, it's also family that is supporting you from the other side. So it's like people that, your ancestry basically, or I know your spiritual team, guides, angel. I feel like you have a lot of spiritual support at this moment. So sometimes when basically when I tune in on your energy, I got like there's a lot of spiritual energy around you. And so it's a lot of direction at the moment, a lot of protection as well. And they're sort of watching you, and they say that when you're putting in all this effort, I feel like you're putting in a lot of effort at the moment into your work. They just don't want you to get stuck at it. Like they want you to get stuck into it, but they don't want you to get stuck, because it's very easy to just then, you know, be comfortable where you're at. But I feel like you're definitely going to be moving, and I think that's very important in meeting the soulmate. And I feel like you putting in all this effort into your work will actually help with the move. It's like a recognition and being sort of an expert, I feel, and then being therefore having this offer to go to a new place. And it could be overseas. I feel like it's like another country even. So yes. So it's definitely thinking outside the box, going beyond the comfort zones. It's kind of back to the synchronicity reading I did earlier. Which I think it's like what you're seeking is sort of outside where you're at this stage, but all the efforts you're putting into now will actually get you there, they're saying. Let's have a look at the next question. Okay, this one is, the next one is from Sonia. I was wondering if you please can give me a health reading. So I don't actually do health readings just because I'm not a doctor and I can't, you know, really diagnose anybody. I'm not qualified to do that, but I am a Theta healing practitioner. So what I can do is I can read your energy, and I can talk about the programs, because our beliefs in our programs actually can cause a lot of how we experience our health. So what I got was 5 of Wands, and 5 of Wands is someone who's using up a lot of energy. So it could mean that you're very fatigued because you're using a lot of, burning up energy. And it also means how you are using your energy can sometimes be actually using a lot of unnecessary energy. You're not actually harnessing your energy. And the reason you're using up so much energy, they say, is because you know, it's almost like you want perfection. It's like perfectionist. And also I feel like something has happened and made you very upset. This could be old anger, and old anger can sit in the body. And this is why it's always a good idea to deal with our emotions. So this is for everybody that's listening. Your emotions, if it's out of balance in some way, it can actually cause us to, you know, it actually gets stored in different parts of the body. And old anger and unresolved anger issues and irritation can actually sit in the bladder. So it can weaken the bladder. It can also sit in the liver area. It can also irritate our sinuses. So it can also affect our heart. So it's a good idea to deal with those issues when we're constantly irritated and annoyed and angry. Our adrenals are constantly working, and we kind of energizing ourselves through being a bit, I guess, through anger. And the fact that, so this can basically mean you're in fight and flight. It's basically fight and flight. So you're either in fight or you're in flight. But when you're in fight, you know, you're just burning, and you it's like you're wanting to maintain something, and what you're maintaining, you do it because you believe in it. It's meaningful to you, and it's perfect, and you want to keep it that way. But you're using up so much energy in the process. It's like you need to let go. You need to work. I guess it's just trust. Once you can release the need to, I guess, feeling that you have to, I don't know, it's almost like when you feel like you have to work so hard at everything. It's like almost working smarter, not harder, and just trust more in other people as well. And if you feel like you're being taken back to things when things were unfair, or if you feel like you have to really, if you're in a very competitive environment as well, how that can take a toll on your body. So they're just saying to, because I also feel like there is a competitive environment around you at this stage, which can also, I guess it's just about, you know, it's about being noticed, it's about being an individual, it's about being a leader. And I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, and that stress can actually take a toll on you. So to release stress, you got a 7 with 10 of cups. So I got 5 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles with 10 of cups, I mean. So 7 with a 0. So in a 10, the number 10 is a 0, 1 0. The 0 is God energy, spirituality. So that means connecting up to the creator of all, releasing stress, asking for help, asking spiritually, you know, find another way to live your life that is where you can achieve everything you want to achieve, but free from all the stress. And the creator will speak to you through your intuition, through your feelings, give you new ways. Now, when I am a Leo, so I'm fiery as well. I get very fired up. So I had to work on not getting so easily fired up in my life. And you know, I was constantly, this was all fire. Fire is an element that I work with easily because it is, you know, I'm a fiery person basically. And I had to learn to just relax. And I feel like this is for you too, Sonia. It's like learning to let go a little bit, and let go of being so you can achieve perfection, but it's like almost like your standards are so high, what you want to achieve, and it's like you are already an individual. You don't have to prove yourself all the time, they're saying, because that does take a toll on you. So when you're learning to relax, you learn that you don't need to do everything straight away all the time. Things doesn't have to be perfect and accomplished all the time. It takes a lot of pressure off you. Take a lot of pressure off your mind. You can actually be more rested. And if you've had things that have upset you and caused anger within you, find a way to just forgive and release. Forgive and release, and just ask for creators for truth, perspective, understanding, and discernment about the situations and people and events that are upsetting you and who are creating a fight response in you. Because that will actually help relax your system as well. Because I feel like at the moment I feel like there's a bit of fatigue, and your adrenals could be tired. I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying with the 5 of Wands, that could be a sign that you are getting tired, basically. So also the bottom card here is King of Wands as well. King of Wands is another fire element, so that's like the underlying thing. And King of Wands wants to achieve, King of Wands wants to have success, is very driven, wants to stay on top of things, works really, really hard, So they're just saying maybe find another way of everyday stuff, basically. So that is just the energy that I picked up on. And from a theta healing perspective, the programs is, releasing those feelings that are causing you to get upset, that are causing anger issues, and download yourself. When you go work with the Creator, all you have to do is say, Creator, all that is, connect me to all that is energy. And downloads are like remedies. So they're like, okay, if you're angry, if you're upset, and if you're tired, ask to be rejuvenated, ask for more spiritual energy, ask for whatever it is that's stressing you out, ask to be relieved from that. But it's often a program, and if you want things to be perfect, if you're a perfectionist, then you can actually say, I know how to live free from being overly perfectionistic, because that being overly perfectionistic could be a problem. And being very much sort of driven, sort of head, like maybe live more from heart, because I feel like you're very much head focused, like it's very much, you're a very cerebral person. So, you can ask to just be more balanced in your body. So just ask Creator to do it. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You're just asking Creator to do it for you. Creator is an energy that is within everything that exists. It's in every atom of everything. So it's like we're always in it. But when we connect, we become aware. So that's when you can have instantaneous changes in our lives. So it's a very powerful and super good energy to work with, because it's powerful, but it's safe and it's loving. So it's just pure love energy. So when you work with it, it's no sacrifices. When you're working on the other planes, when you're working with angels and guides and spirit animals, there's always a bit of sacrifice there. And if you are a spiritual person who's working with those planes of existence, then you might be sacrificing, using a lot of your own energy, because you have to hold their vibration to communicate on that level, which also I see a lot of people doing intuitive work becoming very, very tired. When you're working with the Creator of all, there's no sacrifice, because it's just pure love energy and it's already within you, just being aware of it. And you can have, like I said, instantaneous changes. If you have a program and belief that is causing you stress, then you can ask to change it and be free from it. And if you have some kind of difficult situation in your life that is basically maybe it's just causing you stress on a daily basis, you can ask to find a new way of living, or a new routine coming in that you can step into. So basically what I did, because I was in a routine that was horrible, really bad for me, so I asked basically for that to change and to be put on a path that was going to be joyful, happy, fun, loving, kind, all those good feelings that would promote good feelings within me, rather than constantly being triggered by others, being stressed. And also that you have that joy back basically in your life. So if you are, because I feel like you might have been working with angels and guides and also people that are intuitive can also very easily be drained by others. So what you can do is you can just ask to be shielded. I have written down some commands. I might put that in the comment. Actually, I will. So it will be in the comment section again, the description section. Another command for releasing energy. So it's like releasing wayward spirits, entities. So entities can be, I'm talking about harmful entities. So you're commanding sort of those spirits that could have been attaching yourself. And this is for everybody. If you feel really tired, if you feel drained, if you feel easily annoyed and triggered, ask those energies and entities and wayward spirits to the Creator's light. By their name, they have to go. They have no choice. And if they don't go, it's because you feel like you should help them. Maybe some people have a belief that they are the ones that should help these spirits and are on some subconscious level holding them there. So that's a worthiness issue actually. So you can then ask the Creator to give you the feeling of being worthy and deserving of living free from negative energy. And living free from being drained by others. And then just imagine white, sparkly, bright light go through every cell of your body. And it actually gives you like a new feeling, a new program. So when you do this, do it with safety. So never ever do a download or a remedy that is using the word not. So never say, for example, I don't want, and then because once you put that in the remedy, the word not, whether it's don't, want, shouldn't, wouldn't, it's very easy to put that in a sentence. The subconscious gets so confused by that word, it will cancel it off and out, and you get the complete opposite. So you can use free from. I want to live free from being sad, unhappy, free from being feeling stuck, free from feeling frustrated. So you can actually free yourself from the obligation of having those emotions. If you're around people that have a lot of those, if you're in some kind of environment that have a lot of people that are like that, it's very easy to take it on and start thinking they're yours, or even as on a group conscious level, we all, wherever you're living in the world and the group of people that you're around on a group conscious level, it's very easy to pick up programs and beliefs and start thinking that that's reality. So, so that's why some people can really pull you down, because you're actually picking up their programs and beliefs that could be very, very toxic to your well-being and your happiness. So always do your shielding, always say, so when I'm around people like that, I just say have created street perspective and understanding and discernment on that person. So it makes it very obvious what is actually that person and what is where that person begins and ends and where I begin and end, sort of thing. So because sometimes it gets very blended in, and you don't know if it's you that's feeling these things or if you're picking it up, or maybe you get really annoyed with that person, because intuitive people will use resentment and grudges to often ground themselves, and also to protect themselves against others that have maybe energies that we want to kind of be shielded from. So then intuitive people actually have to work on releasing resentment and grudges. And resentment and grudges, again, are energies that will steal, I guess there are feelings that will steal our energy, make us feel tired. So once you release those feelings and you start feeling more happy and joyful, then energy will come back again, much easier anyway. So it's much easier for a body to recover and for a body to heal if you have positive emotions. So I'm glad you asked about the health question, because I think that is for everybody that's listening now. Stuff you can actually do for yourself that can help you on a emotional level, that can actually help you feel more energized physically. I think I'm going to go back to a question now. Elizabeth. Hi, I would like to know about a future partner. Like, will I meet him soon? If you would be able to tell me a little bit about him. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll do that. Yes, I just did the soulmate spread, because sometimes we have some partners in between actually our soulmate. But I think it's a good idea to just aim for the soulmate. So I just did the soulmate spread. And I got that your soulmate I got is Knight of Wands. So that can mean that your soulmate is someone your soulmate is someone who's very passionate. Your soulmate is someone I feel is very masculine and who's very, this is someone who's like a hero as well. I often see that with neither ones. They are often very much helping others a lot, and this person also I feel like is also get the devil card. I get neither ones with the devil card. It means that this person is a very, very passionate and very driven person, and this is someone who has a very strong personality. They're saying, where is your soulmate? I got the Page of Wands with Three of Pentacles. So it could be someone that you're meeting through work, or meeting through a colleague. Because I also feel like you are kind of manifesting your soulmate through people that you know at work, basically, they're saying. I'm going to do a timing of event and see when you're most likely to meet your soulmate. So I laid out the cards, and I got the Lover's card, which can be a strong sign that you're meeting your soulmate, or you're close to meeting your soulmate in the second year period from where we are now. So if you're reading from November to December, December to Jan, so in the next, so basically a year and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now. It's like a year and a half. But I don't know if you're going to recognize your soulmate straight away. I feel like you're going to get to know your soulmate, and your soulmate will sort of have to be like a friend first, they're saying. That's what it looks like anyway. Basically because you got 2 sevens, as you said, and you also got a 0. So 7s with 0 is always a good sign, because that means that you have a lot of gifts spiritually, and you can manifest things. So when we use our spiritual gifts, we're very good at manifesting new opportunities. So we're using spiritual energy, which is basically, I guess, we're drawing in situations and events and people that can help us, because we are really aware. There's a lot of awareness and just a lot of guidance as well. Now you also got 4 repeating itself. You got 4 of Swords, and you got the Emperor. Emperor is a 4 in numerology. And with the 4, I always look for Queens, because that is how you basically manifesting and living your life, and if you're ready for expansion. So, because the Queens are very, very, they're ready. I guess they just want to move forward only when they feel ready, and they're very, I guess, security motivated as well. And they have a strong sense of who they are on the inside. So they have a very strong sense of, I guess, just feeling of, they know themselves. So when a lot of Queens are showing up, the seeker really know who they are. Now, in your case, they didn't show up. And the reason for that is I feel like that is what you're doing now. You actually are finding yourself by going on a path that is more true to who you are. So, with the 7s and the 0s, you know, this is you using those spiritual gifts to, I guess, rediscover yourself in some way. So it's only a matter of time, I guess, before this will happen. So I did a timing of event, and I got 3 to 4 months, and I feel like then you are on a new path. And I feel like it could even happen within 2 months. So they're also showing me a lot of moving and traveling. So you could be traveling as well soon. And it's showing me a lot of people coming into your life. So this is all about your soul family, you know, and forming new relationships. It's about making new connections. So this is like a whole new life, basically. I feel like you're going to be creating for yourself. Now, with what you wrote about, you basically said, I've just applied for a role in art sales, waiting for a response. I want to change the path I'm on. No, I do feel like you have a very good business abilities. So I feel like you're going to combine this with business. So yeah, I do actually feel like you're really on the right path. I also feel like you're someone who gives a lot. You give a lot. So with the 7s and the 4, that's someone who's actually really good at teaching. So you could even look into that. Maybe you are meant to teach your own classes. You know what I mean? So just don't hold yourself back. I guess what they're saying is there's no holding back now, basically they're saying. They just want you to keep moving. And yes, I do feel like you're going to be traveling soon. That was all for me. Keep sending in your questions for next free webinar. And yeah, keep asking me. I'll be doing some other tutorials as well. So just keep checking back on this this YouTube channel, because I'm going to do some tutorials where I just basically explaining some card spreads. And so if you get some cards and you're using specific spreads, if you let me know what the spread is, what cards you got, I can turn them into like a tutorial. So you get a reading and everybody else are learning as well. It's like a win-win for everyone. So that is all from me. I love reading for you guys. Send in your questions and I'll see you next time. Bye.